Lady Liberty. Let's start time. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. And you, Virginia, start time. Thanks all around. What we're going to do is we're going to distill this round down into government voting issues. At the end of this, Judge, you are going to have no reason but to sign your ballot over. I don't care if you have to sign it in asbestos in your blood. You're going to sign it. Sign it on asbestos in your blood. That's fine by me. But, Judge, you are going to have no reason other than to give us a ballot and say, your presentation is what's key here. So first off, because they threw out so much new argumentation and new analysis in the block, the other team, other than Lady Liberty, is going to be turn, baby, turn. I'm going to turn every single thing ever mentioned in the block. Every mention, every word they mention is going to be another reason to vote for us. So they probably should have left some time there too, because now they give us all these extra goodies. So one, our advocacy is the only a priori issue before everything. Okay, let's keep it in mind here. One, you can't have multiple a priori issues. That's absurd. That's hello, logical fallacy. Aristotle calling, he's rolling over in his grave. Oh wait, sorry, there's nothing left. Okay, so anyhow, what I mean here is our advocacy is about changing the system here. We are about changing the world, changing it so that we know that that privacy does not get outweighed by so-called security and delivering in that mission all kinds of power to the tyrannical government that will use anything in order to support what it considers to be, well, its effort to secure life. That's what they're giving you. So here's what we're going to do here. In terms of impacts, we impact over 6 billion people today, live now, everyone who ever lived, their legacy. So, well, I can't even count that high. And every single human that ever comes in here, because we will take to the stars and we will spread out. So every single human. That's our impact. They're dehumanizing their arguments. 4 people and a judge. I'm not good at math. I failed calculus, but my God, there's a bit of a difference between 4 and umpteen billion. Infinite, actually, then we're going to go. So anyhow, with that said, so impacts, the government gives you more impacts than anything you can imagine. It's like Impact City. So let's move on to the second one. They say that humor's bad and all that, group everything about how evil our humor is and how evil, and we were laughing on 9/11 and we're evil, and group it all together. One, okay, they ignored our entire underview. The entire underview flowed forward. The underview showed that our form of humor, parody, isn't just about laughing for laughing's sake and getting, oh. No, absolutely not. We're not all about laughing. We're about changing. That's what we are. Our humor has a purpose. And with that, and extend all about how this allows us to change the system without risk of corruption. They ignored that. So anyhow, let's go to their Ks/Ts, the huge morphing positions, which were brought up in there. So let's turn the hell out of that. Okay, so on T1, I want you to extend forward my partner's arguments on there. Their topicality arguments are merely
point of order. Please stop swearing.
Yeah, sure, whatever. So anyhow, let's turn the heck out of everything. So we're going to go with their topicality argument. Again, extend forward my partner's argument. That's used to silence minorities, and that's used to further biopower, which turns their case because that leads to infinite dehumanization. So anyhow, again, I want to extend forward. The only plain text has to be topical. That turns topicality. Again, they give you no voters. Hello, you need voters. We don't want a Minnesota T-shell. We want some real stuff. Let's give us voters. So why does it matter? It doesn't. Boom. So we turn that. Okay, let's move on to the critiquey things with let's go to Israel. Okay, with regarding to Israel, that was basically a counterplan, so we're going to perm it, and we're going to do both because our argumentation, and keep in mind this is inside the ironic shell, okay, and we get net benefits from the perm.
Perm is a new argument.
You brought this counterplan up in the block. Read the rules. We have permission to hit them all.
Perm was a new argument.
Yes, it was. Your argument was
to argue against it wouldn't be a new argument.
No.
It's just say, oh, we're going to perm it, and that's
we have the right to make arguments. Now, if anyone has a laptop, we can pull up the NCA rules and do this hearing afterwards. But we have the right to attack not new arguments.
Let the argument stand.
Yeah, they had a chance to respond to it through the entire round.
If it was in the block, we can't respond until now, first chance. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. So anyhow, again, risk-based, cross-apply that to within the ironic thing. That's the whole paint chip thing. But let's get out of that because I hate that. So let's get into here. So let's go to the third voting issues. Their Ks are non-voters that wish on us. Again, cross-applied, they're used to silence us. And again, I want to bring forward and extend the fact that they're from the same mentality that we're criticizing. So ultimately, their arguments in here, their so-called Ks, that's all about that. So anyhow, this new K that was about presentation and humor that was brought up in the last constructive, I want to just, well, I'm going to hit this now. So, okay, with the rational discourse key, that's the argument in their alternative, that, well, we have to treat human rights violently. Okay, we already do that, so let's perm the K already, again, and that was brought up brand new in the blog. So anyhow, we solved that already, and we can perm it without any issue because there's nothing about competition there. So we do that. When you vote for us, you're voting for that as well. So they say rational discourse is key. One, humor is rational. Aristotle, Cicero, and a number of other communication scholars are going to fight you on that. If you say that humor and parody used to further a point, not just laugh, hee hee hee, I'm high, no, but actually go for something that's an actual effort, that is used for that. So anyhow, with that said, your K's, all three of them fall, and I just want to point out that the whole about privacy invasion bad and how you continually try to be non-responsive in that, all that just flows to us. Ultimately here, the only thing that has to be topical is the plan. You are voting for our advocacy, Judge, and you are voting for the human race when you vote for the government. Thank you. I really thought of standing.
Thank you.